How many of you guys like the Fallout franchise? How many of you like games like Wasteland? Looks like we might be getting more games like this. Now, this is rumored, obviously. You guys know I speak a lot about rumors. I love to speculate. And today I woke up to some people tagging me in this website called Xbox Dynasty. It looks like it's a Spanish website. I've translated it on here. So let's first off, let's go into my background. I love the Fallout franchise. I absolutely thrive to know that franchise in the future might be coming back in some way, shape, or form. I personally don't like the fact that it's got Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 sitting in front of it. And I have made a video, and I'll put it in the description below, saying, look, Microsoft, you have the money, you have the manpower, you have multiple studios that can make this game. It doesn't need to be Bethesda. And if you actually want to get technical, I think the favorite of the Fallout franchise wasn't even made by Bethesda. It was made by Obsidian, which is Fallout New Vegas. Now, I would have preferred Obsidian to make it. That's my dream team, okay? Make a Fallout New Vegas 2, but there is something interesting that's going on here. Let's get to the website. All right, so if you look at this, now let's read this, and then we're going to talk about what's going on here. inXile Entertainment, they made the Wasteland franchise. I probably butchered their name, but we're going to move right past that. Is working on a new game to be an established brand, which is interesting that they say established brand, but we're going to continue on with this trend regardless. After Wasteland 3, they appear to be working on a new game to be implemented into an established brand. This information comes from George Williams' Indeed profile. Williams, who was with inXile, hopefully that's how you pronounce it, man. Up until June 2022, confirmed he was working on an unannounced project that will be part of an established IP. The studio has previously officially announced that they are working on 2 new games. A game is supposed to be a first-person RPG. Nothing is known about the second, and there has been numerous rumors since then. All right, let's go back to this. All right, so, okay. Does that mean they're working on Fallout? No. There's plenty of other things they could be working on. But I do want to say that first-person RPG is very inclined, because I feel like they're going to stick to their roots, that post-apocalypse thing, which Fallout would go straight in line with that. Now, let's talk about the theoretically, in a perfect world, they are working on a Fallout. I believe this studio could do a very good job with that. Now, if for those of you that played Wasteland 3, I know it's not the same thing as Fallout, but it kind of is. It's just, it's played differently. That's all. But as a first-person RPG, Wasteland might as well be Fallout. The fact that it's an established brand, we're talking this brand and this IP is already known. If they do stick to their roots with this post-apocalypse world, there's a couple things I can think of, like Mad Max, Fallout. Maybe they go back to Wasteland. That's technically established, but I feel like that they wouldn't need to talk about their own stuff like that. So it's really interesting that he said established. Now, as far as like the second one, we don't know what that's going to be. I'm sure some of you that's been watching this video, you know that Microsoft's been giving these studios like a little bit of extra side hustle to make their own little passion project. This is probably their second game, and which isn't a bad thing. I personally liked Hi-Fi Rush. That was a game that got me really into, quote unquote passion projects. So, as long as they stick to the roots, I don't think I would care about their passion project, whatever it is. As long as it's in their roots, I would like it. But I just want I want them to make Fallout, man. In my perfect world, I feel like Fallout 4 wasn't the game I wanted to be. It was a good Fallout game, but it was a good action RPG, good action game of that year. I can't remember what year it came out, but it wasn't a good Fallout game. And I think that other studios should get shots at IPs. Now, I know, is Bethesda going to let them? That's up for debate. I think they would have a huge say. It seems like Microsoft's being real on, let's work with these companies. I don't know if they're just going to rip the IP from Bethesda like that and let someone else make it. I think at the end, it would be up to Xbox. Now, obviously, Bethesda's going to have a say in it, but, I've been very vocal about just co-developing games. Bethesda and Obsidian, Bethesda and inXile Entertainment, it would be awesome for any of these studios to co-develop a Fallout game. So far, we're not going to get Elder Scrolls to probably 2026, maybe 2027. Do I really want to wait 4 or 5 years after that for Fallout? No. 2031, 2032? That's just a ridiculous amount of time. I'm going to be in my 50s probably by the time I see a Fallout if we let Bethesda make it, because they're making so much as it is. Keep in mind, Starfield's coming out, and they're probably going to make a DLC after that. So to me, the perfect world would be, let's remake Fallout New Vegas. Obsidian, here's a team, here's some money, remake Fallout New Vegas. Doesn't have to have all the bells and whistles. I do think you should really put some time and effort into it. Make it a new experience, just kind of something like Resident Evil 4, Dead Space. Make it a new experience. And then inXile Entertainment, we're going to have you co-develop with Bethesda to make Fallout 5. And it would be cool. 1 year you get Starfield. 1 year you get Fable. 1 year you get Fallout New Vegas. 1 year, maybe even New Vegas 2. Then we have to remake New Vegas. Make a New Vegas 2. A certain amount of years. Declare one of the endings as canon and go off the game like that canon happened. And then you get, Elder Scrolls. And the next year you get Outer Worlds 2. There's so much you can do here. And I know all these games that I said makes it kind of seem like, they don't really need to do it because they have all of these RPGs coming out. But to me, when you really go back and you look at a lot of high caliber RPGs, the majority of them are either on Game of the Year contenders or they are Game of the Year. And I feel like we go back to the roots of RPGs, and Microsoft is the person, Microsoft and Xbox are the person running that spear the most. You're going to get a lot of respect. Look, you don't have to do everything PlayStation does. You don't have to do those third-person action-adventure, over-the-shoulder experiences. I do think you need 1 or 2 really good ones to really compete with that type of playing style and get those people that love those games. But if you can't beat them at that 100%, do something else. Be the place where you go to play the best RPGs on the market. And to me, it doesn't hurt to double down even more. Make a Fallout New Vegas 2. Make a Fallout 5. Make an Elder Scrolls 6. Fable. These could be all Game of the Year contenders if nurtured correctly and they're developed correctly. And that's just my opinion on the matter. Do I think they're working on a Fallout? I think there's a chance. I think there's a pretty good chance, actually, if you think about it. Like I said, established brand just makes me think it's established, obviously. And to me, Fallout screams established. And since they own Bethesda, they own Fallout. So it would make sense, especially, he said, until June 2022. And they've owned Bethesda a while. So they could have been started this a while ago. And they're working on a first-person RPG. Hello! But we don't know. It could be a variety of different things. And that's the greatest thing about right now. We don't know what's going on with Microsoft. Hopefully this June we'll get some information on some of their more games that haven't been announced. But anyway, put in the comment section below what you guys feel. Clearly, it's probably not Fallout. I would hope it's Fallout, and I want to throw this into the air. Throw this into the ether. Make me a Fallout game. But until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace. Be sure to put in the comment section what you think this is.